All right, we're going, Kelly.
All right.
I've been telling you for a week now.
Yes.
I've been telling you for a week. I initially had to tell you because I told you that the podcast was going to be on Sunday. So you were like,
something's up.
You were like, what's going on? And you're pretty smart guys. So
I am.
What do you think's going on?
I have no idea.
If you had to guess.
Somebody's on the phone.
Well, you got that now because I haven't brought anything physical in here. So I've been giving you misinformation all week. I've asked you if you have a dolly.
Yeah, you've totally been giving me misinformation.
So for our friends on the line, I've been messing with Kelly all week. I keep telling him that something's gonna get delivered Sunday afternoon, or
asked me if I had a dolly.
I told him he had to clean his bathroom because the person's gonna have to and so
yeah,
he has no idea what's going on. But I'm gonna give him a little taste of what's about to happen.
You're joking, right?
No way.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm trying to be hopeful.
John and Bron?
Optimistic about that.
Well, I guess you're too young to be.
We've got
I'm right here.
John and Bron,
my boys
from Daddy Issues.
This is amazing. How much is he paying you?
Well, after I told them you guys that you were terminal, you know what I mean? You only had a couple more weeks to live. They were totally down to have you on.
Is this my Make-A-Wish?
Yeah.
I don't want to know how much.
Yeah.
I love you guys and all, but I would have picked something, with better boobs.
Hey, so,
Hey, Carter.
Yes, sir.
So just so you know, so this is your father-in-law on the you do this podcast with?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is Kelly Kraft. He's my father-in-law.
Okay, so Kelly, when Carter told us that you were terminally ill, I didn't believe him until he showed me a picture of you, then I knew that you were.
Well, I do actually at the moment have the COVID, so.
Yeah, we both have COVID right now.
But I'm doing okay.
Oh, that means nothing, COVID. That's all bullshit.
Oh, I know. We've
Agreed.
been.
Hey, you're Florida, we're Texas.
Yeah, I know.
Well, trust me, we get it. But hey,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That you're doing with your son-in-law, huh?
I want you guys to know the only reason that we started this is because of you two. We started our podcast because I found, believe it or not, I found you guys on TikTok.
I think what it was is, you and I would go on hikes. We'd go hiking during the lockdowns and everything, and we'd just sit there and talk for 2 hours straight, right? We'd just be walking and talking, and and we were like, man, let's do a podcast. Let's do a podcast. Let's do a podcast. And then you found Daddy Issues, and then you got this new, you were like, let's do it,
I bet I've turned 50 people onto you guys.
Yeah.
I seriously have.
Kelly's a great...
So Carter, I'm having a little hard time hearing Kelly.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Is that better? Is that better?
A little bit. Sounds like you're in the toilet.
Oh, hold on. I know
not.
that we're tunneling phone calls right now. You're
John, I'm like you. I just show up, and Carter does all the technical stuff. So...
Yeah, that's.
Oh, there you go.
What being a middle-aged man is, I guess.
Yes. Yeah.
Is that better?
Not really.
I hear Carter great, but I don't hear Kelly that well.
Oh,
Me
really?
too. I agree with Bronny.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Let me just check it real quick.
I'm talking right into this thing. I can start yelling if you want me to.
That's better.
Okay.
Really? Just talk louder, I guess.
I guess I'll
you're
just
not
talk
talking loud
louder.
enough.
All right.
You got such a meek little voice, Kelly. You're so...
But I was telling him, and the reason we started this...
Kelly, I can't. I apologize. I have a very hard time hearing him.
Are you on...
Yeah, but you're an old man.
Yeah, I know. Have you checked your ears lately?
Are you? Break. That's nothing to do with that.
Are you on speaker on your car right now?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably got nice car, right? Probably.
No. My car is no problem, and I hear you perfectly.
Okay. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know. I mean, I can hear you
That's
fine.
all right. We'll make it work.
Yeah, let's make it work. Kelly, just talk pretty loud.
I'll just talk really loud.
All right, so this is a question for Kelly, because I only have boys. Okay? That's so nice.
Don't say what are you about to say? I feel like there's a lot of fuel to have this guy be talking to your daughter.
Shut up, Ronnie. You know what I'm going to say. So first of all, thank you so much for having us on, and for that we were. It really is so nice, and it means a lot that we're inspirational for you guys starting your podcast. But on the same token, it's so nice that Kelly, that you could fall in love so close to you, knowing that you're hanging his daughter.
Wow.
I knew you were gonna
Wow.
say that.
You know,
Wow.
it comes out every once in a while, and then I'll make a joke. You know what I mean? I'll make some sort of joke, and then I just look at Kelly, and it's like, we just crossed that line, and we're like, okay, well, let's walk it back a little bit.
Let me give you an example. The other day, they have a 6-month-old son, my first grandchild, right?
Oh, so nice.
And Madison was talking about how he kept waking up in the middle of the night. So in the morning, she finally just let him lay in bed with him. And Carter looked at me and he goes, "Such a cock block." I'm like, wow.
What? Oh, cock block.
Called the 6-year-old.
So how old is your grandchild?
No, so I got a 6 month. He's 6 months.
6
old.
months.
Oh, you're not getting 6 months. You're not getting any action.
Well. I mean, you know what I mean.
I know.
If there's just because there's a goalie doesn't mean I can't score. You know?
Listen, taking care of yourself is not scoring.
Yeah. What?
Oh, damn.
You got to treat yourself every once in a while.
Yeah.
You know.
You have to act like it's scoring because.
Yeah, I know, right? You got to put yourself in
life.
that right headspace. You know what I mean? If I got to make it through a hard week of work, I gotta at least tell myself, you know, there's some good.
Hey, so I was going to propose to you guys. I know you guys travel a lot, but if you are ever in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, look us up. I will show you a great time. We will go shoot a bunch of guns.
Yeah.
We'll go kill some
That
pigs.
sounds great.
Hey, I was going to ask you guys, since you're in Miami, have you ever been to a restaurant called Quality Meats?
I've been to Quality Meats in New York.
It's
I've been to one in New York City.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So
That's like our favorite restaurant in South Beach.
Yeah.
So
I've only been to Miami once, and so that's the only
It almost sounded like you were gonna like set up a joke. Like, have you ever been to Quality Meat?
Yeah, well,
I'll
yeah.
give you some quality meat.
Yeah,
you
we
know?
can come down here and get some if you want.
Boom.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, no,
So listen.
yeah.
yep.
Wait, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna kind of reverberate what you just said, and thank you guys for coming on. Like, just to this is our episode 18, and now to reach out to you guys, and then someone that we look up to you guys. We watch your guys' podcast.
We talk about you guys a lot, even.
We talk about you guys, and we're like, man, Bron's such a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? Every time he opens, no, I'm just kidding. But we'll sit there and we
Yeah, that's funny.
we watch your guys' podcast, religiously. We talk about it with our friends and stuff. So, just to have you guys, be willing to come on board and have a phone call with us at least was awesome. I was trying to get him to come on and do a video and stuff, but we ran on a little too late, and I was like, shit. He texted me, he's like, hey, I'm leaving, by the way. I'm like, fuck.
Hey, this is great, man.
I mean, Carter, we'll be happy to like FaceTime you as well, just to chat and just meet, be able to meet, see each other's faces.
Yeah, of course.
Of course we were going to come on the show. What's that?
Yeah, no, you're following me. So a couple of things, Carter. So number one is, first of all, anytime you want us to come on, like we usually, right now we just happen to be driving different cars. We're heading back up to Boca, but anytime you want us to come on video, we will always do that. So you can always reach out to Bronny, and we'll be more than happy to do that. Secondly, if we're ever in Dallas, of course, we will 100% see you guys. And if you're ever in South Florida, you must let us know, because we'll get together, hang, and it'll be a great time. Maybe we can do a joint, you come on our podcast when you guys are down here. We'll have the two of you on, so it'll be the four of us shooting the shit and having a good time.
Would love that.
Yeah, man.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. That'd be just an absolute blast, man. I mean, that's what's kind of cool hearing about you guys and growing your podcast is like, you guys talk about this a lot, and we hope to kind of get to that in the next, phase. Now that we're at, 20 episodes, we want to build it a little bit bigger. And, you guys always talk about the connections that you've made throughout the podcast. And I just think that is, so interesting that you're meeting people from, hell, all over the world possibly, right? Just people that, connect with what you guys are saying, and the topics that you guys find interesting is really cool. And something I want to know is what was probably one of the biggest struggles you guys had with the podcast when you started, because you guys are just over a year in, right? So, what's probably the biggest thing you've learned since starting?
What do you think,
I
Brian?
don't know, Dad. I feel like, I mean, honestly, I feel like podcasting, there hasn't been much struggle, right? We just sit down and we do it.
Sure.
I think the biggest thing with us, the learning curve, is how to have the conversations with each other, right? Like how to not speak over each other, how to say things without getting annoyed at each other.
Totally.
How to be like,
We're there
like,
too.
okay, I'm going to say this to you, and I don't want you to take it the wrong way, because then we're going to go off on a 30-minute argument, and no one wants to hear that. So it's like learning how to be, because like when you're father and son, or you guys, you know, you have a different relationship than just like strangers. So when when you're close to someone, you can, I don't know, sometimes you get annoyed easier.
Yeah.
And you can like you'll just get annoyed. And so in our first 20 episodes, we would get an argument. And now we don't really do that, because we've kind of learned how to be civil when we're behind those mics.
Yeah, man. I remember when Kelly first turned me on to you guys, and he was like, "Oh, go check out this Daddy Issues, and you know they've got about a year's worth, and go start at the beginning and start watching some." And I'm texting him. You know, I watched the first 3 episodes, and I keep texting him like, these guys fucking hate each other. They're just yelling the whole time. No, we've done that too. We have these little side conversations, and we're like, hey man,
we need to
let me finish my sentence, because no one, we may be having a fluid conversation, but for someone to just listen, if they just hear us talking over each other for, an hour straight, it's not going to be, good content, right?
We had a drag out. We had a drag down fight on one of ours about Candace Owens.
Yeah. We got into it about Candace Owens for a little bit.
Of course, love Candace Owens. Yeah. Carter told me she was fucking stupid.
Yeah, so we
I want to. Yeah, go ahead, Dad.
Us Blooms are very outgoing. So I think the biggest challenge was us interrupting one another. I didn't even care about the fights or disagreements, because I love my son and we have a great close relationship, and I don't care if we disagree. That I don't have an issue with. But it was definitely for us to learn to not talk over one another. And I think we've gotten a lot better on that. There's still some times that we still do it, but I think as we progress, with the numerous amount of episodes we've had, we've gotten better.
Yeah, you figured it out. You still keep your. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, just a little bit. But a big challenge for us is balancing our views and trying to, we like to believe that we're very authentic and genuine and say whatever the fuck's on our mind, and sort of curtailing a little bit for our snippets we do for TikTok, because they really are out to cancel us.
The censorship is probably that's been our biggest problem. The censorship.
We just got our first ban, or I guess we posted at TikTok, and automatically it shut the audio off, because we do every episode we do a fake sponsor, and Kelly did one on, what was it?
Mr. Brain's Pork Faggots.
Yeah, it was Mr. Brain's pork faggots, and
it's a real thing, by the way.
It's a real thing you can buy. So he pretends
pork faggots?
Yes, pork faggots.
I guess in England a faggot is like a
gay pigs.
Yes.
That's just like that. And I guess in England a pork faggot is like a meatball,
like a meatball.
And that's what it said.
No, it's not. It's not like a flamboyant pig.
No.
Stuff.
No,
and so that's what we do every week. Kelly brings up some absolutely ridiculous product that's a legitimate product, but it just you're like, is this real? You know what I mean? And so we posted that on TikTok, and we got canceled. We actually appealed, and they reverted, and they let us keep it, because they're
it's a real. We showed them this is a real product. Yeah. This is the packaging, and it says pork faggots on it.
So if you guys want to say pork faggots,
you should wear. We've learned to wear the censorship as a badge of honor. When we get we're so used to the TikTok censorship shit now that like that first one we were like, oh no, what are we gonna do? And now we're just like, fuck TikTok. Okay. It happens every week, and it just is what it is.
So the week after we got banned for the pork faggots, my sponsor the following week was the color blue.
How are you going to cancel blue?
Yeah, TikTok can't cancel the color blue.
They'll find a way. They'll find a way.
Yeah, well, he almost threw in Blue Lives Matter, and we thought, well, that might get us canceled.
I don't give a fuck about. I don't give a fuck about TikTok.
Yeah, honestly, my advice is to just say what you want to say, and like there was one point where we were getting banned a lot, and we were honestly thinking like, should we curb what we're saying? Should we like kind of make it a little safer what we're saying? Should we not curse as much? And then we're like, no. It doesn't matter. Like, we're going to keep doing what we're doing. And if we get off. If TikTok bans us, then they ban us. But
yeah, exactly. It's like, what are you going to bend the knee to the communists? Yeah, exactly. Like,
yeah, we're gonna not let them like change how we act.
Right, and I mean, you have a right to say whatever you want. You're in America. You're an American citizen. You have the freedom to say whatever you want. Like, fuck China. Who fucking cares? Like, okay, you get taken off TikTok, whatever. Oh well. We'll make another video. Right, we're persistent. Come on. Hey, so you guys have a couple more minutes. I got one question for both of question for each of you.
We have time. Listen, we have time. We're in the car.
Hey, perfect, awesome. So. John, I wanted a little fatherly advice segment from you.
Why don't you ask me?
Okay.
Yeah, no, Kelly is not a reputable source, so I really couldn't ask him this question. Being that he raised all daughters.
Wait, Carter's about to be like, John, I'm having trouble with my wife in bed. She never orgasms. What do I do? She's telling me she's not satisfied with my small penis. John, what do I do?
John, which penis pump would you recommend?
It's very easy. You push them in a little deeper in.
Hey, John, which penis pump would you recommend? No, hey, so, okay. Here, I got a legit...
Wait, listen, I tried them all, and my favorite is the Magnum XL Super Quad.
Oh, my God. He actually has a name for one.
Oh, my gosh.
I wonder if that really exists.
Somebody write that down real quick.
Yeah.
All right, great. Fatherly advice. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, all right. So I got a fatherly advice question for you. As a new father of a son, where should I draw the line when it comes to allowing society to make my son soft? Like, because Kelly has raised only daughters, so asking someone who has raised boys, when you watched your sons grow up, what did you see as, I need to curb that and be like, hey, toughen up. Hey, toughen up. When are the situations when you say toughen up, and when are the situations when, you got to kind of let it play out? Because I'm raising a son in my opinion, one of the most fucked up times of human history. I've got my wife telling me what, the
internet tells her.
What if he plays with dolls? And what if he plays, what if he wants to wear a dress? I'm like, So what's your thoughts on that? Because that's the thing is, it's hilarious. And I got really angry at this.
I got it. You made your point. I got it. Stop talking. Listen.
No, he's fine.
First of all, you can never listen to his father-in-law because his name is a chick's name.
He doesn't have a chick name.
I'm always
Kelly's a normal name.
No, I'm teasing you. Listen. Here's the deal. When it comes to raising, because it is a tough time for you guys to raise kids, and number one, first of all, congratulations on being a dad. There's nothing better in the world.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Awesome. It's great stuff, and it even gets the more you have, the better it is. It's awesome. I would say, as I think I've said on the podcast, I think that the answer no to many things is a great, great solution. And two is, if the kids aren't in physical pain, like if there's something that's really not harming them physically, it's more like mental or this and that. If you let your kids figure it out and you love them but don't love them too much, like let them figure things out and being a little hard on them, there's nothing wrong with it. I think it'll toughen your kids up. Bronson's actually the one that I think who could attest to it because he always says, you're always tough, Dad, but you're always fair. And I think we created independent kids. And I think that I don't know,
Yeah, so what I was going to say based off that, I was just thinking.
Whoa, this is fatherly advice. Whoa, this is fatherly advice. This isn't Braun advice here. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Oh, hey. All right, I'm going to hang up this phone.
Wait, one second. I will tell you that, a lot of, I think in households they definitely, need a man, the man's authoritative position and views in a household. I think you have to just, be, a little tough and don't let them manipulate you and let them figure it out. And who cares if your kids cry as long as, if you're not, like I said, beating them up or they're not in physical pain, so what? They fucking cry. They'll get over it.
Toughen them up.
You're not there to be their buddy. You want to be their parent first, not their buddy, not their friend, not their equal. Don't worry if your kids are mad at you and they hate you that night. They'll always love you. You're not there to be, you're not there by getting, you're not the best parent by getting points on what your kids think about you. As long as you know what you're doing right, and you and your wife must, and this is important, must be a unit in front of your kids.
Right.
play.
Well, that's the thing. So that's the thing is, my wife and I, we have these back and forth conversations because, I'm more, you're talking more on like the physical pain of things. I'm talking more on the, society telling my son that gender is not a thing, and you know what I mean? And that's really the area that I'm worried about.
Grandpa will jump in on that one. Don't worry.
You know what I mean? Like because all I hear is, if you're a dick to your kid and you tell him, you don't allow him to have these thoughts, then they're going to resent you, blah, blah, blah,
Wait, did I answer your question?
Say it again.
What's that?
Dad, you cut out.
Carter, did I answer your question or I did not answer your question?
No, you answered my question. Yeah, no, you did a great job. No, I appreciate it.
Dad, he's saying, like, in a case where it's like his son's going to be at school and he's coming home and he's like, at school all my friends are saying that gender doesn't exist. And his son is like out in society learning all these fucked up weird new rules. And then, like, how is he going to deal with that?
Because in my mind is... Go ahead.
Right.
Sorry. We're talking over each other. My bad. Go ahead.
I think you have to sit there and talk to your kids, our kids when you have more than one, at the dinner table, what they learn in school, and talk to them. And look, your children have whatever views they want to have, and they should have a right to have their views, as long as it's not being thrown on them by society or school. And you talk to your kids and tell them what's important to you, what religion, what values, what beliefs, and hopefully they learn and respect what you say. But still, the kids are going to do what they want to do. And
right.
But if you don't agree,
if you just focus on raising them, like,
go ahead, Bronny.
I just feel like if the kid's always going to be out in the world, like, right? Like, I remember being a kid, and you're always going to be exposed to weird things. But I always knew that, like, I don't know, I feel like I was raised not with any views. Right? Like, Mom and Dad, you guys never pushed any views on us or was like, that's wrong to feel that way, that's right to feel that way. You just made sure that I was raised in a good environment with support and love, and, like, you just focused on making me a good person.
Right.
And then me being a good person out of
focus on making them into a good moral person.
The foundation.
Yeah.
I had the foundation to make my own decisions based on what is fucked up and what's good.
Sure.
That's a good answer.
Look, let me tell you another thing, Carter. If let's assume Bronny, who was a little more liberal, let's assume he had completely different views than I did. Do I really give a shit in the long run? I mean, as long as he's a good person and I have my own opinions in life that are different than my parents. I think your children should be allowed to have different views and raise and live the life that they choose to live, as long as they're doing what they want to do and they're happy and they're supporting themselves. So there's nothing wrong with your kids. If your kid says, I believe there is no thing as gender, and truly believes that, and you're like, what a fucking idiot, you could say that behind closed doors to your wife,
right?
But your kid has a right to live the life the way they want to live.
As long as he's not hurting himself.
What would you do? So, like, Carter brought up if his kid was, like, playing with dolls. What would you do, Dad? Like, if I would
not let my kid play with dolls. I mean, I would not.
Well, okay,
but why? What if the kid wanted to? Like, what is the harm in that? I don't understand the harm.
And so that's my wife's thinking, Bron. That's what my wife says. But I'm like, that sets him down a path. I was never given a doll. My whole entire life, I was never given a doll. But my wife, and not just my wife, but like everybody, no one ever pats me on the back and says, hey, good job, you're a dad. They all ask, hey, what are you going to do when he tells you he's a girl? You know what I mean? And it's like society is like gearing me up for my son being told that he's going to be a girl. You know what I mean? It's like if I see my son playing with a doll, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to cross that bridge when I get there, because that's not what John told me. He said, hey, as long as your kid has his own views and he's not hurting himself, and you guys have a good relationship, that's good. But when he's 4 and someone's trying to give him a doll, you know what I mean? And be like, hey,
against his will.
But listen, it's my kids. So just like my kids, we're Jewish, we raise our kids Jewish. Those are things that are black and white. My son says to me, Dad, I want to convert to Catholicism. Well, no, not until you fucking support yourself. You're in my house, my rules, you do what I say. So there are things that are black and white. For example, my kid is not. He's not going to play with fucking dolls unless it's the fucking GI Joe,
right?
And he's blowing up a firework.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the difference? Like what?
What the gender roles?
A GI Joe is a doll.
No,
it's just a man.
Because it's like this. I don't want my kid fucking doing ballet. I want my kid doing fucking team sports. You know, it's a different thing.
But what if your kid just isn't a sporty kid and wants to do ballet? Like, I don't understand. If the kid wants that, what's the harm?
Because what happens is there's something that kids, you don't know, like, why do just like in today's fucking woke culture do people talk about gender neutral and binary, non-binary just to get fucking attention? Why do the kid that wants to get in a goth and paint his nails black just for fucking attention? Because they just want the fucking attention. So I think that, like, the pack will correct itself. If your fucking kid is your kid is a pussy or a fucking wimp, then that's more reason to put your kid in fucking football, more reason to put your kid in martial arts,
right?
More reason to fucking mainstream where let him be a fucking dude. And then when he's older, if he doesn't want to be a fucking dude, then he makes his own choice. But as a kid, these kids don't know what the fuck they want. They have no idea what they want.
Yeah. I think that maybe the line, you know, if I was to be honest, the line would be, like you said, you're 18, you know, if you're not 18, you're living under my roof, you're living under my rules. You know, you can believe and think whatever you want. Let's say you want to be goth, go be goth. You're going to be goth for a year, but you're not going to cut your fucking dick off. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to go be goth, but you're not going to do, you know, some crazy irreparable stuff to your physical body. Because guess what? This is a phase. You're going to get through it, and you're going to come back, and you're going to laugh at yourself when you're 20. You know, you're 25 or something.
Yeah.
Right? Kind of like Braun.
But that specific thing, though, I feel like so many of the, like, trans issues now, if we're talking about that specifically, is there are other issues that are then exerting themselves in the kids saying, I'm trans. So it's like either they have social anxiety or they were bullied or they were sexually assaulted or whatever, you know, it's other things. So if you just focus on raising your kid to be like a good person and you give them confidence and they're self-assured and all that stuff, then they're not going to be like, I actually want to chop my dick off, because they're going to be a normal person.
Right. I think if they got a good home family structure, that usually doesn't happen, right?
Right. It's it's other issues that are exerting themselves in the girl being like, I want to be a guy.
I agree with that.
Ronnie, that's true, but today's day and age, it's harder to raise manly boys just because of the way society is.
No,
so
that's because all the plastics in the water are shrinking our taints. That's why.
I know, but the point is,
man.
So for example, like this, you know, there were some rules of black and white in my household, and everyone have different rules. No long hair, no fucking tattoos, no body piercings, no fucking drugs, things like that were black and white. And that was just the way it was. So, and those are our rules. So you can, and if you make certain rules and your kids know them from day one and you guys are a unit and you don't deviate from that, they're not going to test the fucking waters because they know you mean business.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. And when those rules are different.
That's very true.
Just
those
consistency.
rules are different for every set of parents, and whatever works for you and your wife works for you and your wife, but you have to be on the same page. These parents, I'll give you an example. So we were at a friend's house over the weekend, on Friday night for dinner. Great 4 couples having dinner, great family. Kid's 19, the daughter, she had 3 of her girlfriends over, and they're all 19. And all the girls that are 19 are drinking with the parents. All with us, hanging out with us. People in their mid-50s, and I'm like, and they're good parents, but I would never, personally, ever allow that.
Right.
Never. It doesn't make. Now, they're not my kids. They can do what they want, kids, but I would never drink, just like you don't go to a strip club with your fucking son. There's certain things you just don't do.
How about your son-in-law? Can you go to the strip club with your son-in-law?
Hey, Bron, John, I think we'll take a quick pit stop there. Kelly, what did we do for my bachelor party?
We went to the strip club.
With 10 parties are different.
But also father-in-law is a whole different animal than the father.
So check this out. So Kelly and Kelly's best friend from high school, they put on my bachelor party, and one day they just showed up and they're like, "We're going to the strip club, right?" I'm talking, we dropped probably close to 10 grand that night. And there's this one there's this one moment. I mean, we bought the whole second floor. There's a moment where I was sitting on a couch, right? And I just started getting a lap dance, and I like laid my head back on the couch, and my head bumped another head. And I looked behind me, and it's Kelly getting a lap dance too.
I love it. That's a great photo. That's a great one.
Yeah.
Did you guys come? Did you guys come at the same time too? Did you guys when you were coming? Did you make eye contact and nod your head?
We did the Eiffel Tower high five.
We both looked at each other and we said,
the fuck up.
"Man, we should make a podcast."
Oh my God.
That's hilarious.
Oh, is that when you came up with the idea after the post?
No. Hey,
You're a retard.
Hey, Kelly, do you have anything you want to ask them or you want to bring up? I got one more question.
I just want to thank you guys. I mean, you guys are the ones who like got this whole thing going. You know, Carter and I would just sit around and bullshit, and it's so funny because I am so John, and Carter is so Braun, and like even when John was just talking about raising children and like, no, not this my house. I was sitting there like, that's exactly how I was raised too, and this is how it should be.
Braun, what are you? 25, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 25 as well.
But I mean, I sit there, I listen to you guys' podcasts every week, and I'm like, I am so John, and Carter's definitely.
Nice,
no, yeah,
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, I sit there like, fuck Hillary Clinton, and you know, all this stuff. I'm with you. I get all that.
Yeah.
So, Carter.
You know, Kelly, you can always reach out to me anytime, brother. You know that.
All right. Well, I want you guys to come out here so we can shoot some guns.
Yeah, man. Let's go. Let's come out to Texas. We'll show you a good time for sure.
Oh, we definitely will. Yeah.
Okay.
We would love to come shoot guns. That sounds like a blast. Yes. We'll shoot guns and then we'll all go to the strip club together and orgasm at the same time. It'll be
perfect. Braun, you seem a little too excited about this. Calm down, man.
What the fuck is with you, Bronson? When we get home,
watch out. Your dad's gonna smack you, dude. You better watch out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he always does. This is a cry for help. Actually.
One last question. This one's for you, Braun. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, Braun. Now that you've moved back to Miami, are you actually planning on slowing things down a bit and, you know, maybe thinking about the big picture stuff in your life? Or
don't do it.
I mean, you're in Miami now, and all I've heard for the last couple of weeks is, "Oh, I'm slowing down. I'm not going to a club. Oh, I'm taking it easy. Oh, blah blah." But every weekend we start the podcast with, "What'd you do this weekend, Bronny?" And it's, "Oh, well, went to the club."
Wait, hold up. Repeat that. A big car went by. Repeat that last part.
Oh, I was just saying that, you know, the beginning of every podcast, you know, is you know, your dad saying, "Hey, Braun, what'd you do this weekend?" And you giving a 15, 20-minute rant about your clubbing. But then by the end of the podcast, you're like, "Oh, yeah, but, you know, I'm cutting back on the club, and it's, you know, it's getting better."
Look, I mean, it's a work in progress. You can't quit cold turkey on something like that.
Hey, from a divorce guy, Braun, don't stop.
I'm proud of my progress in that. I used to go out Friday and Saturday night, stay up till 4 a.m, spend a lot of money, and get drunk both nights. Now I go out 2 nights. I go out Friday and Saturday night, but I don't drink Friday, and I only drink Saturday. That's progress.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the progress. That's for sure. Where were you guys last night? Were you at the club last night? I saw you on Instagram. Your story.
Yeah, we it was one of my friend's birthdays.
Oh.
So we got a table at the Wharf in Miami.
Okay.
And
your mother-in-law were there too, with you.
What that?
Your mother and I were with you last night.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were.
Yeah, I saw him. I saw him in the video you posted. I was like, "Whoa, this is weird."
I mean, I'm not like I just feel like at my I don't know 25. I don't need to be like wasting all this money. I don't need to like.
But it's fun though.
It's pretty fun.
It's fun, but I also like feel shitty the next day.
Yeah, it's fun in the moment, right? Like you're like in the moment, you're like, yeah, I'm doing something, I'm living, and then the next day you're like, this was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I just feel like as I'm maturing, I'm realizing I don't need to do that as much as I used to. Like I'd rather like go out with just some friends and hang out and have a good time than like go to the bar and like try to talk to girls and spend a lot of money on alcohol. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm not quitting cold turkey.
No. Yeah, no. Of course, I would never ask you to quit. I mean, you could be hospitalized if you quit cold turkey.
No. Yeah, that's dangerous. I can't. So it's dangerous for me to stop drinking.
So I don't know if you knew this or not by any means, but I used to be in the Marines, right? And that was a lot of heavy drinking. Obviously, that's what the Marine Corps is about. And what did it for me, Bron?
That's what the Marine Corps is about? I thought it was about protecting our country.
No, fuck that, dude. Look at what's about to happen in Ukraine. It's about drinking, not protecting.
It's about drinking, trust me. But I just got to the point where it was like, I just feel like shit all the time. Yeah. So as you get older, you probably have already, you can't drink like how you were when you were 21.
Right.
Yeah.
So
as you get older, you're like, this is not good for me in the mornings anymore. So.
Yeah. I also just I've had fun doing it, Yeah. I've had my fun. I can start doing other things. I don't need to be out till 4 a.m. every Friday and Saturday night, trying to pick up women. What am I doing?
Yeah, my thing. I think I got lucky because I had my wife Madison. Her and I have been together for a long time. I mean, right when I graduated high school, I moved to Texas from California. And have been living in Texas since. And so, she was, if I had it my way, if I was, still on my own, I think I'd be doing the same exact thing as you.
Still be a shithead.
I'd still be a shithead. I mean, I was such a shithead when I was a shithead. Kelly will attest. But, I had a serious relationship, and she kept kind of pushing me into the scary darkness of, growing up kind of a thing. But I think that, I would be doing the same exact thing as you, if not.
Yeah, it's just about I'm just about having fun and gaining experiences and learning from them and stuff.
No, what I'm trying to say is you need to find a nice woman. I'm trying to help your dad out here, trying to keep the legacy going.
I agree.
No, hey, I'm looking. I am. I'm looking.
Look, Bron, your parents.
The girls in California, the one he should end up with.
Oh, really? The girl in California, huh?
Well, you know what's halfway between Florida and California? It's Texas.
Bring her to Texas. You guys come to Texas, and we'll film the meetup, and it'll be perfect.
He's gonna see her in March. But so listen. So before we wrap, because we're gonna be.
Of course. We can wrap it up.
No, sorry. I just want to tell you guys a couple of things.
Okay.
So, genuinely from the bottom of our heart, we really are so happy that you guys started this because of us, and we think it's so nice to have that. I think it's great a father-in-law and son-in-law has such a nice relationship to do this, and it means a lot to us that we were a little bit of a catalyst to have you guys start doing this. The best thing, Kelly, that I find from doing this whole thing is the relationship. It's grown with my son a million times, and it's just priceless. So it's so nice to for another father and his son or son-in-law to be doing this. So I think that shit's awesome. But anytime you guys want us on, anytime you want to call or shoot the shit, we're always there for our listeners. We always support our listeners. We will see when you come here. If we're ever in Dallas, 100%, we always will come and hang out. But any way we can help you guys, let us know. We're happy to help you guys in any way we can.
Man, I truly appreciate it. I really do.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much for being on. I really appreciate you taking the time out, and this was awesome. We're gonna hold you to it. So I'll be reaching out. We'll stay in touch. All right.
Okay. Can I say one more thing?
All right.
Yeah, I
don't
say anything that I don't mean in that regard. So you can always we're being sincere in what we're saying.
I appreciate it.
Can I say one more thing?
Yep.
I love you, Bronny. Isn't that what your dad says every episode?
I love you, Kelly.
Hey, Carter.
Yes, sir.
I love you, Carter.
That's a little weird, John. Take that back, son. Well, I love you guys.
Love you, buddy boy.
Hey, appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for being on.
Thanks, man.
Good luck with your podcast and the continued success.
See y'all later.
Appreciate it, guys.
All right, great to meet you guys.
Bye-bye.
Well, I guess you're too young to be a little pessimistic like me. The fucking things I see out there, people are stupid.
That was